Hi aspirants, welcome to another video. This is part 14, our series of learning geography through MCQ. So let's start the first question. The Indian northern plains have been formed mainly by the alluvial deposits of. This topic specially belongs to the northern plains of India. So the question of all entire series would be dependent upon the northern. Okay, then Indian northern plains have been formed mainly by the alluvial deposits of Narmada, Tapi, Godavari. It's wrong because they are not Himalayan rivers. Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra, Ganga, Yamuna and Chambal, Brahmaputra, Brak and Tista. Most likely, Ganga, Yamuna and Chambal are also the river who are draining, eroding the land from different parts and depositing it in the northern plains. But Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra are the major river system where these rivers are joining. Alright, so Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra is the right answer. B. B is the right answer. Okay, next question. The approximate length of Indian northern plains from west to east is 1500 kilometers, 2000 kilometers, 2400 kilometers and 3200 kilometers. Remember guys, our northern plains when India and Pakistan were together, so it was started from Lahore towards the Assam, Dibrugarh. Now after removal, after separation, after 1947, our area is starting from western Punjab of India till Dibrugarh region of Assam. So total length is 2400 kilometers. Okay. Next, the average width of northern plains varies between 100 to 150, 150 to 200 kilometers, 200 to 300, 300 to 500. Remember, our average width of plains, northern plains is very broad in the center part where the Ganga is taking a broad turn. So technically, C is the right answer, 200 to 300 kilometers. It's approximate. Otherwise, in some parts, the width of our plain in Assam is still 100 kilometers also from east side, from south to north. Okay. So this is average. Next, the northern plains are geologically considered fold mountains, rift valleys, young alluvial plains, old crystalline plateaus. C and D cannot be the answer. Northern plains, actually, plateaus we cannot consider it. D, they are not plateaus, they are plains and they are not formed out of the magma. So D is not the answer. B is also not the answer. They are not valleys, they are young alluvial plains. Alright, so C is the right answer. Why? Because most of the Himalayan river come down from Himalaya and cover the entire the southern parts of southern Himalaya, that is below Shivalik. So it is covering young alluvial soil. In fact, it is the most longest alluvial tract in the world, which is extending from Punjab till Assam. So C is the right answer. Okay. The Bhabar belt is characterized by clay soil waterlogging, marshy land with tall grasses, pebble stone porous surface, and fine silt deposit. Remember, we deliberately describe our plains into different regions. We call it Bhabar, Bangar, Terai. All right, these are the different shape and conditions of the plains. Technically, Bhabar belts are often found generally in the pebble regions, the foothill belts. So generally have big rock boulders deposited out of the mountain and they are carrying lot of water body, but most of water goes down to the underground and above the surface we see it as a dry place. These places are not very agricultural friendly. We local peoples cannot use these plains for agriculture purpose obviously, but still these places are famous and the economic procedure or conditions are done through tourism sector. All right, so tourism के लिए ये अच्छा होता है. Picnic, like everybody goes for picnic, so those for those conditions reasons these places are done. So C is the right answer. It has pebble, all right, and porous surface, so entire river water goes underground. It and that water comes out in terai belts. Okay, next question. The terai region is known for seasonal flood and marshy land, desert conditions, rocky outcrops, volcanic soil. D cannot be the answer. I have already given you the in previous question an idea about the terai belts. Terai belts are generally huge grassland belts plus huge vegetation. Here, water logging system is more found. In Assam, these belts are more found, including some Gangetic plains and Yamuna areas. All right. So, in it is in A option, seasonal floods and marshy land. is the most appropriate answer for Terai belts. Again, additional information to Terai belts. Terai belts or plains are not meant for agriculture, although it is also situational. Whenever local farmers who needs to do agriculture, they disturb the Terai belts, they fill the soil in Terai belts and use that Terai belts for agriculture purpose. India have already witnessed that kind of exercises during the time of 70s when India was going through a acute malnutrition crisis and grain revolution was brought to India. That time all Punjab farmers have destroyed their terai belts and used that land for agriculture purpose. Alright. In fact, naturally terai belt is not for agriculture because soil is a little bit saline and saline do not support agriculture. Okay, so 6A is the right answer. Next, the Khadar region is composed of old alluvial, new alluvial, lateritic soil, red soil. Remember, one is called Bhangar and other one is called Khadar. Khadar plains generally have alluvial soil, Bhangar regions also have alluvial soil. Now, what is the difference basically? Bhangar soil are little bit old alluvial soil because there is no renewal of soil taking place in those plains because there is no flood at all anymore. But in Khadar plains, we also call it as a flood plain. Regular course of flood every year happens through outraging water flow from the rivers. So, new alluvial soil is the correct answer, that is B. Okay. Now example you can say like Jorhat regions of Assam, that basic Brahmaputra bank regions of Assam are Khadar places. Dimapur nearby regions, Golaghat regions are Khadar plains. The Bhangar regions refers to, okay, Bhangar again I said in my previous question before, I have given you the hint. Floodplains, marshy lowlands, old alluvial terraces and deltic plains. As I mentioned, Khadar was also a alluvial soil plains and Bhangar is also alluvial soil plain. But Bhangar do not experience any more flood at all. Therefore, whatever soil was deposited in last flood is now becoming old without any yearly renewal. So, we call it old alluvial terraces. So, C is the right answer for that. Okay. Next question. Which river is not a part of Indus River system in India? Okay, we know Indus River comes out of Kailash range of Trans-Himalaya in Tibet. From there it enters in India and from India it enters in Pakistan. We know in Pakistan Indus plays a very vital role for their agriculture economy. Jhelum, Ravi, Satluj, Yamuna. Jhelum, Ravi, Satluj are considered to be one of the most important tributaries of Indus who are coming either out of Jammu Kashmir or out of Himachal Pradesh. But there is one river called Yamuna who is coming out of Uttarakhand Yamunotri Glacier, comes down towards the UP and join Ganga at Prayagraj, which was called as Allahabad before. So Yamuna is the river here, which is not the part of Indus river system here. So Yamuna is the correct answer. The Doab between Ganga and Yamuna river is called Bari Doab, Rachna Doab, Ganga Yamuna Doab, Sindh Doab. Remember, India from its history was under the influence of Arabic invasions. All right. India, when Mughal came in India right after Mongolian attack and other Muslim empire attack, India was under the influence of linguistic and cultural aspects. Doab is an Arabic word used in India now very fluently. Doab means the land between two rivers. Okay, that's why we call Punjab the land between five rivers. That's called Punjab, and this is called Doab, land between two rivers. So the land between Ganga and Yamuna is known as Ganga Yamuna Doab. Okay, so C is the right answer. Others are not. So C is a perfect answer. Next, the Brahmaputra plains are mainly located in Bihar, West Bengal, Assam, Odisha. We all know about it. Brahmaputra plain is simple about Brahmaputra river if you know. Brahmaputra comes down from China, enter in Arunachal, and from Arunachal it enters in Assam. It travels through only two states. Alright, so Assam has the largest plain of Brahmaputra. because Arunachal is a hilly region, so we cannot consider Arunachal. Assam is the right answer to this. C. Okay, next question. The northern plains are most suitable for agriculture mainly because of high mineral content, fertile alluvial soil, steep slopes, volcanic ash deposits. Remember, whenever there is a talk on northern plains of India, there is no point of addition of volcanic. So wherever you see any volcanism option, that is not correct at all. But fertile soil alluvial, which I have already mentioned in previous question also in detailing of other some terms, we already know that alluvial soil is mostly deposited in the northern plains of India because of the rivers coming down from Himalaya. So B is the right answer. Fertile alluvial soil. Okay, next question. Which crop is the most extensively grown in the northern plains? Cotton, tea, wheat, and coffee. Remember, cotton is in Gujarat because cotton mainly grows well in black soil. All right, and black soil we don't have in northern plains. We mostly have in peninsular plateau and in the eastern part of Gujarat. So Gujarat is the highest producer of cotton. We all know that. So it cannot be the answer. Tea mostly grown in northern plains, yes, but in Assam. Wheat is mostly grown in northern plains, but in Punjab, Haryana, and Rajasthan regions. Coffee mostly do not occur in northern areas, mostly in southern belts. So wheat can be the right answer to this because it's talking about northern plains. Tea and wheat are most suitable option for this, but this is a crop. So let's see. See, wheat. Okay, this is a food crop, cereal crop. Now, northern plains are divided into three major river basins. These are Indus, Ganga, and last is what? So, last is Brahmaputra, right? So, we call it Indo-Gangetic Brahmaputra drainage system. Okay, so C is a right answer. Okay, next question. The alluvial soil of northern plain is rich in nitrogen and phosphorus, potash and lime, iron oxide, and aluminium. Now, remember, in alluvial soil, there are some cases where nitrogen and phosphorus is decline. Why? Because when we see alluvial soil deposit in northeastern part or West Bengal part, there good vegetation is found, very flourishing vegetation is found. So nitrogen and phosphorus amount in soil is not declined in those alluvial soil, but since major part of alluvial soil is from Bihar towards Punjab, so that reason is absolutely absent from good amount of vegetation dominance. So their nitrogen and phosphorus conditions are low generally. Okay, so but that is also okay. Potash and lime is something which is in overall condition are low from west to eastern part of northeast India. So that's why B is the right answer, potash and lime. Which among the following city is located in the northern plains? It's a mapping one, but very simple. Obviously, Patna, right? So Bangalore we all know south, Jaipur Rajasthan, Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh, Patna is in Bihar, Ganga इसके पास से ही होके जाती है. So Patna is a right answer. The northern plains slope gently from south to north, north to south, west to east, and east to west. All right. So the right answer here is the west. The slope becomes a little bit west to east. So it goes west to east. पर यहाँ पे हमने north to south दे दिया. You can correct it west to east in terms of going from Punjab towards east. But if you are coming from north to down, if you are coming from north to down, that is Himalaya towards Kanyakumari, then you can add north to south. Okay, question number 18. Flooding in the northern plain is most common in Bhabar region, Terai region, Bhangar region, Khadar region. I mentioned it earlier also. These are all four forms of geological forms of plain, but Khadar plain is also named with another name called flood plains. So Khadar regions are also called flood regions. So D is the right answer to this. Okay, next question. The northern plains are densely populated primarily due to mineral resources. No. A fertile soil and flat land, considerable industrial development. No, it was way later than that. Forest resources. No. Dense forest resources are generally found in eastern parts of plains of India. But yes, fertile soil is most likely the answer, and flat land, more broad land. So B is the right answer to this. Which one of the following river forms extensive meanders in the northern plains? Satluj? No. Yamuna, Ganga and Ravi. Remember, all these rivers comes down from Himalaya. Generally, Satluj comes from Tibet, Yamuna comes from UK, that is Uttarakhand, Ganga again Gangotri, Uttarakhand, and Ravi again from Himachal, Dhauladhar range, alright, and going towards Pakistan. Among all these rivers, almost everyone makes the meandering. But if I mention this point, let me tell you what is meander. Meander is the more zigzag way of movement of river is called meandering. The more river bends to move forward, that is called meandering. So this meandering happens in hilly regions also, and this meandering happens in plain regions, but mostly work at plain regions. So right answer is Ganga because it is the longest and takes too many turns and makes S-like formations of meanders in the Gangetic plains. So we consider Ganga. Another fact, the meandering of rivers makes oxbow lake formation. Oxbow lake formation means it is an artificial lake made by the flow of like river course change, and later on gradually that artificial lake convert into a fertile soil. All right, so main river flows in a straight, and this region becomes water filled with the waters of river, and gradually this water dry out from this land, and nearby settlements of land people occupy these land for the agriculture purpose. So we call it oxbow lake. Meandering causes the formation of oxbow lake. All right, so this was it with the question number 20. This part 14 is over. Tomorrow we will again come up with the same topic. We will cover with the multiple aspects of MCQ, that is northern plains of India. So keep tuning and watch it. Thank you.